Hello, let's play a bunch of daily word games. Today's bonus game is not a word game, it is a logic game. It's called Clues by Sam, and I've always kind of didn't realize why I couldn't just do this before, but I'm doing it now. I've been kind of avoiding doing Clues by Sam in this video because I always do this video on a Monday, and Mondays are the easiest day. But I figured why not just go back a day to Sunday? So this is Sunday, April 5th, and it's listed as evil. So I want to try the hardest of hard puzzles and see how I do, because I really do like logic games. So the point of this game is we need to find the people who are criminals and who is innocent. So each one of these we need to mark as criminal or innocent. But we need to do so logically. The game knows whether you could have logically deduced criminal or innocent at that point. And if you couldn't and you make the guess, then that's a mark against you. And of course, you can't be wrong either. So all we're started with is Rob. We know Rob is innocent and says Zena is one of 3 innocents in row 5. So we go to row 5, which is this bottom row here. And it says Zena is innocent. So we can just mark Zena as innocent. But it also says that there's 3 innocents in the row. So there's 1 criminal, basically. So we need to remember that either Uma, Vince, or Zara is a criminal, but only one of them. Only one of the 2 criminals above Vince is Chase's neighbor. So there are 2 criminals above Vince, Logan, Gani, or Betty. And it says exactly one of them. It says only, but I think exactly is a better way to put it. Exactly one of them is Chase's neighbor. Now, neighbors in this game include diagonals. So that means we can't make both of these criminals, which means Logan must be a criminal. All right. And now we know one of these 2 is a criminal. I'm tempted to pull out my pen tool, but we'll see if we can do it without, unless I need to. So we know one of these 2 is a criminal. We know one of these 3 is a criminal. Now this, Logan says, there are exactly 3 innocents in column B. So column B has 3 innocents. That is, we know that one of these 2 is a criminal and the other is innocent. That means Vince has to be the other innocent. So that means Uma or Zara is a criminal, exactly 1. Ethan is one of 2 criminals in the corners. So there are 2 criminals in the corners, and Ethan is one of them. Well, if Ethan is a criminal in the corner, we know that Uma or Zara, one is a criminal and 1 is innocent. Ethan is another criminal. That's the other criminal, so Anna has to be innocent. All right, so Ethan told us only one of the 9 criminals on the edges is in column C. So there is a criminal on the edges, and one of them is in column C. Zena can't be the other one. So this has to be a criminal, Chase. And then at some point we might need to apply that there's 9 on the edges. Anna said Betty has exactly 3 innocent neighbors. So Betty, it is alphabetical, which helps. Betty has 3 innocent neighbors. So 2 of these are innocent and 1 is guilty. And then Chase says there's an odd number of innocents in column C. So either 1 or 3 are innocent. I don't think that helps me at this point. So what is going to help me? We know one of these is a criminal. Betty has 3 innocent neighbors. That's 1. So 2 more from here. So 2 of these are innocent. So, okay. So it does mean that there's an even number. So 1, 2. There's 5 people, right? In the column. And so if there's an odd number of innocents, there has to be an even number of criminals. Which means we need at least 1 more criminal in this column, if not all 3 of them. Maybe I need to use that. 3 innocents in column B. One of these 2 is a criminal. Betty is exactly 3 innocent neighbors. So 2 of these are innocent. So only 1 criminal among these 3. So maybe we need to think about if Gani was the criminal in this column, Betty would be innocent. And then Betty would get Flora and Isaac as innocent. Otherwise, if Betty is the criminal, then Gani is innocent and only one of Flora or Isaac is innocent. It doesn't really help me. Does that mean Flora? No, Flora is not always innocent. So if Gani is the innocent one, Betty is criminal and one of these two are in. If Betty's the innocent one, Gani's a criminal and both of these are in. So at least one of these two is always innocent, but we kind of already knew that. That doesn't help me. Let me re-go over all these clues. Only one of the two criminals above Vince is Chase's neighbor. Yeah, we completely applied that. Can I like click to... Yeah, I can gray that out. That's done. Ethan is one of two criminals in the corners. That's basically already applied because we can just say Xena is one of three innocents in row 5. So Uma or Zara is also innocent and the other one's criminal. So we kind of know that either way, but we'll just keep Rob open for that one. There are exactly 3 innocents in column B. We know that one of these two is an innocent. We don't know which yet, so we can't gray that. Betty exactly 3 innocent neighbors, not done. There's an odd number of innocents in column C. That's not done. And then we also need 9 criminals on the edges. I wonder if that's helpful at all. I mean, we have 2 already. And there's an opportunity for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more. So most of the edge that's left are criminals. 7 out of the 9 are criminals. Oh, and we know only one of these two is a criminal. So 7 out of 8 are criminals? Okay, maybe I can actually use that. What else like points to these? So what I'm saying is we know there's one more innocent down here. So maybe I can use that because yeah, this is a I think this might go somewhere. Let's think for a second. So counting innocents. First of all, how many total on the border are there? There's 4, 8 plus another 6 is 14. So 9 out of the 14 are criminals, which means 5 out of the 14 are innocent. We already have 1, 2, 3 innocents, and either Uma or Zara is innocent. So that's the 4th innocent. So we only get 1 more innocent along the edges. Let's say it was Betty. If it was Betty has a 50% chance, right? If Betty's innocent, then Gani is a criminal, but also Flora is a criminal, and that works. No, that doesn't work because then Betty doesn't get 3 innocents, right? Gani needs to be a criminal because the column needs another criminal, and Flora is a criminal because around the edges everyone else would be a criminal. All of these would be criminals if Betty's innocent. Because of the count. And so therefore that can't happen. Betty cannot be innocent. Betty must be a criminal. All right. I just realized what this puzzle is missing. Okay, well that's not helpful. So there's more to find then. So now we know that 2 out of these 3 are innocent and 1 is, oh, that means this guy's innocent. Okay. Sam is one of Tina's 3 criminal neighbors. So first of all, Sam is a criminal. Oh, yeah, I know what you mean, Betty. Okay. So Sam is one of Tina's 3 criminal neighbors. So Tina has 3 criminal neighbors. So 2 out of these 3. We still need to find who's innocent around here. So if Tina is the innocent one, well, no, because we don't know if Zara or Uma. Okay, but if Tina's innocent, Olaf is a criminal. I don't know that helps. So we got Sam as a criminal. 3 criminal neighbors. How does that help me? So I did 3 innocents in column B. I can X that out. Odd number. Oh, so there are an odd number of innocents in column C. So either these are both innocent or both criminal. And Tina wants 2 more criminals. So if Noah was innocent, then both Olaf and Zara would be criminal and Uma would be innocent. And so Noah and Isaac are the same, is kind of the point. They're either both innocent or both criminal. I don't know if that's the well, that's kind of the point of Chase's clue. So Betty still needs an innocent. So if Noah is criminal, so is Isaac, and that makes Flora innocent. And that makes Olaf and Jane criminals. So I feel like there's something to that. So if Noah is criminal, then so is Olaf. Isaac and Olaf, right? So Noah's criminal, Isaac's criminal. Flora has to be innocent. Flora being innocent makes all of these criminal. So Noah makes Olaf criminal. So if I'm including Noah as one of Tina's 2 criminals, then I also have to include Olaf. And that makes Zara innocent, which makes Uma a criminal as well. Does that violate anything? 3 innocents in row 5. Yeah, okay. Betty having 3 innocent neighbors. I feel like that almost solves the whole puzzle. So the other option is Noah's innocent, making Isaac innocent, making Flora a criminal. Oh, but if okay, that's the point. I think Olaf is always a criminal, because if Noah is innocent, we have to make Olaf and Zara criminals to satisfy Tina. And if Noah's a criminal, it makes Isaac a criminal, which makes Flora innocent, and Olaf is still a criminal. Okay, so Olaf is always a criminal. There are more criminals in row 2 than row 5. Well, row 5 is 1 criminal. So that means row 2 needs at least 2 criminals. And we know only one of these is a criminal, so Jane has to be the other one. Because Betty needs another innocent. So Jane's a criminal. An odd number of innocents above Una. Where's Una? Here. Uma. An odd number of innocents above Uma, neighbor Logan. Okay, so what we're saying here is we already know that we only get 1 more innocent on the border. One of these 3 is innocent then, which means Tina is not. Tina's a criminal. Okay. Maybe I'll keep this active. There's an equal number of innocents in columns A and C. Well, okay, so that means I can't make Noah and Isaac are the same. If I make them both innocent, then I can make Uma innocent, but I'd also need to make another Paula, K, or Flora innocent. Well, I already knew that. But okay. That would be 3 innocent. Right. Okay. Sorry. What is it saying? There's an equal number of innocent. So I think I have to make them innocent. If I make them both guilty, then I only get the 1 innocent. I have Xena here, and I'd only get Anna. These would all be guilty, and then I wouldn't have the correct number of, because I need one of these to be innocent. So therefore, these are both innocent. Noah's innocent, and so is Isaac. Oh no, I bet that's something evil. I think I know what they're thinking. Okay. And so I need 2 innocents in this column. Only one of these is innocent, so Uma is innocent. Ugh, I knew it. And then Zara is a criminal. Ads. Why isn't this riddle riddled with ads? Interesting. And so what's left? Equal number of innocents. Right. So one of these three is innocent. Oh, Tina. Did I finish Tina? Tina's three criminal neighbors. Yeah, Tina is done. And then Betty has three innocent neighbors, so Flora is a criminal. Okay, two of the three guards have three innocent neighbors. Where are my guards? So this guard has three innocent neighbors. It already has three. This guard only has two. Where's the other guard? Oh, Anna. 2 out of 3 guards have 3 innocent neighbors. Well, Anna does not have 3 innocent neighbors. So these both need 3 innocent neighbors. So Paula needs to be innocent in order for Kay to have 3 of them. Oh, I have an ad. Go install B sort by Sam. All right. And then this is our criminal. Paula, that doesn't count. It needs to be an obnoxious. All right. It just says less than 15 minutes. I wonder if it counts the time it was just sitting open in this tab waiting to be recorded. Anyway, Paula, that doesn't count. It needs to be an obnoxious pop-up. All right, cool. That was fun. It wasn't, I mean, it was called Evil in difficulty, but all the logic kind of flowed pretty well. So cool. Hope you enjoyed that. I know it's not a word game, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Let's move on to Dordle. And we're just going to start with crime because there were a lot of criminals in that one. All right, we have an RI and E on this right side. It's probably an IER word. Let's guess a left word. And let's see, what would we want for IER? Like, well, maybe I should just target common letters first. So something like STNL. Slan? No, I need an E. I could test double E because both of them have E's. So let's do sleep. Let's start with that. Okay, they both have one E and it's in the same spot. There's a P in this word. So I do think it's IER. The P, I mean, we could be Piper. Is there something else? There's probably other Ipers, right? Wiper. That might be it. Okay, so it's Wiper or Piper. I'm not going to guess that yet then. But I'd like to include a W in the left word if I can. What can I do with that E there? It's not ER. I could try an ED word. Or wait. Maybe something like this. Is there an EW word? There's sinew, but that's the work. AWE. D? Something like Todd a word? It is. Let's just guess that. Okay, so I think it's going to be Piper. Yeah. All right, so I have 3 guesses to get the left word. It's got A and E. I don't know what it ends in. It's not ES, it's not ED, it's not ER. It could be EN, I suppose. Like AVEN or something. I was thinking Raven or Maven. There's Waxen, but there's no W. How about Taken? I can't do Taken. Faken. Fake bacon. Faken. What is this word? Is it not EN? It feels like EN's the only option. Oh, there's Oaken, actually. Oh, it wasn't that. Okay, it does end in EN. What could be there? A Z? A-Z-E-N? Vazen, Bazen, Phasen, Gazen. I'm gazing up at the sky. Pagan? It's vegan, but not vegan. Is there like... I don't think a vowel... Oh, maybe EA. Oh, we already tried double E. So not EA. Not UA. QAYA. FA. GA. I'm gazing up at the sky. Hazen. Heard of hazy? How about hazen? V. Nothing's working. Am I pronouncing it wrong? Baggins. Faven. I have no idea what this word is. Darn it. Do I do a filler? Just try to get like... I could do a filler, just get a bunch of letters. Because I cannot figure out what this word is. Probably one word left. Oh, haven. Okay. I finally figured it out. I even had AVEN filled out, I think, first, and I didn't think of haven. I should have. All right, let's move on to Fibble. Starts us off with syrup. So I want to use this R. What if I do like an R or Y word? I think that'll be great. Like carry. Okay, we have a contradiction, but we didn't learn anything new from the... Oh, we learned... Oh, wait, actually, we have an X-wing. So the R's contradict. We can't have a gray R and a green R here. And the Y's contradict. So if you're not an R or a Y, then you're telling the truth. Now, that means we don't have two R's, because if we wanted two R's, we'd have to have both lying. And so because if this R was lying, it would have to lie as gray, because this would be true and that would be lying. So as a result, we actually know that that R, like we can't have a yellow R. Anyway, that R is also not lying. So I'd like to do another RY word. Otherwise, like, what's the point? That we wouldn't get a contradiction. I'm thinking Derby. Ooh. So, okay, we just proved a bunch. So these Y's contradict, meaning that these R's can't contradict, because we'd have to have both of them lie. We wouldn't have a lie for the Y's. And that means that that's lying, which means that's true, which means that's lying. And that's lying. So basically, we have no letters. They're all gray. We got to start over. Maybe like an OI word. Or just something like this. O's and I's are left. We could do toxin. Works. Oh. Well, the X has to be telling the truth, because if it was lying, then I would have gotten the answer. What do we do with this? Could it be TO something I? Or O something IN? T something OIN? Oh no, I need to guess a word similar to, I mean, obviously I have to. What can I do? Oh boy. Who's our liar? So no T would be O something IN. What does that? Could repeat the N. I don't think that helps. Use your noggin. Oh, I know that's not how that's spelled. Okay. What if the T is not lying? What if the O is lying? I just don't see how it works. Between. Okay, so T-O. What if the I's lying? Like O-N. Or T-O-O, something like that. Just not seeing it. Okay, so T-O and I and no N. Those are our options, basically. I mean, I guess the N could move. We could do like not tonic, but no, there's no C. This is so weird. Like, I don't know what else would go after that I. I-M? I-G? I-F? I-O? I-T? Like, I'd love to get something like timid, but that wouldn't work. Towel. I have no idea. I obviously missed something. I'm moving. Oh. It just doesn't seem like a thing. Are we zooing? I'm like over this. Maybe like a GN or. Okay, I think I'll do a filler. I don't know what to do, but maybe tonic. So what did we learn? The T's contradict, so the O's are correct and the I's are correct. The N's and C contradict here. What does that mean for me? The N being yellow here is interesting. Does that mean it's the truth and that's the truth? So like I could make the C be the lie and the T be the lie. And then I mean, it seems like this lines up with it just being O-I-N like this. But I can't think what this would be. Govin, Golan, Gowan, Holin, like what ends in IN like that? Is there another lie that's possible? Like, so what I was saying is if the C is lying, is coven is not spelled this way. It's EN. Okay, well, let me guess it. So what does this tell me? The C's contradict. We know the O and the I are correct. The C's contradict and the N's contradict, which means that the T and the V are correct, which means that's our lie, which means that's correct, which means that's our lie, which means that's correct, and that's our lie, which means that's correct. So it is definitely O-I-N. I just can't think of the word. Really annoying. Login. Finally saw it. Okay. Let's do Betweenle. We'll start with login. Ooh, we are 3% away from the end of the alphabet. Is that still in Z? I think it's going to be in Y. Let's try youth. What's a ute? Okay, not far enough. Let's try an X word. What's an X word? Xenon. Okay, so we're in W then. Wiper. Just a really random W word to get some. Okay. Could still be WI. Wix, Wiz, Wizen. All right, so we are definitely WI. We're actually really close to Wizen. Wives. I'm just going to get some bearings here. That didn't even move the needle. Witty. Okay. Witty, got it in however many this is. 7. Let's move on to word 500. We're going to start with witty. All right, one yellow. I always like to assume the Y at the end can't be yellow. There's just so few words, the chances are slim. So we can just assume that until proven otherwise. I'm just going to keep the vowel. We'll just move the I to the middle and use all new letters. I'd like to, if I can, include some uncommon letters. So we could do like prize. All red is great. So it's probably one of the T's then. I mean, if one of the T's is yellow, it's the middle one. So why don't we just like start with T? I can do touch. 3 yellows in touch. So T is still yellow. Do we want the O and the U? We can try that first. So something like an STOU maybe? Stout would work. Oh, but there's not 2 T's. Ooh, maybe there's like scout or shout or snout. 2 greens and a yellow. So if it's TOU, there's no SN. And we did something like put the OU in place and put the T second. But I guess I could do AT. I'm gonna guess about. It's fillery. It can't be the answer, but I think it'll tell me a lot. Okay, so I'm wrong about TOU. I think I'm right about the T. And I think it has to be green at the end here. And one of the OUs is correct and in this spot. But I need a C or an H. So I like the idea of keeping the O and then doing double O. And then that would probably mean I have the S yellow. Oh, I could do OST. Yeah, we could do something like, well, I was going to say boost, but we need a C or an H, yellow. So I was thinking OOST, but Koost and Hoost aren't words. Maybe I made too many assumptions here. Let's bring the T in and say it's green. It has to be green there if we're bringing it in. And let's use the O. Okay, so I need a C or an H. I need an S or an N. And then the S or N would have to be yellow then. So OST was what I was thinking, but ghost. Got it. Okay. I was like, how can we do an H second? But yeah, ghost does that. An atypical word before an H. Always tough to logic into. Alrighty. So, Polygonle. This repeats, and this repeats. Oh wow, what does that? Could like a ERS word? Ooh, Erzers. Oh, it repeats the same thing twice. What does that? Like an ist. Oops. Oh, but no, it doesn't repeat. There's these swap. That's even weirder. There's probably only one answer to this. What about an ER ending? And then this is the same. Dreader, preter, prepper. Tretter. What about an S here? That's harder, isn't it? Or what about an E at the end? And I think I'm gonna do a filler. This is gonna be really hard to fish out. 8 letters. Do we want? I think I want robustly to start. Oops, robustly. Okay, so it starts with R. So we aren't using R's over here. That didn't really help a lot. We could do like an ED word. Or maybe the D goes in the middle. And then this can be what though? No, I think this would have to be the D in this case. Not a vowel, so like no, it doesn't work. Okay, so what about E at the end? And then I don't know. I'm gonna do machined. I and an E. I N E. So E at the end. This could be the N. And then this could be the I. No. Maybe it's a re word. Re. Then I need an I and an N. So like N here. I. Oh, wait. What's going on here? This is the weirdest. Our I, and then we could do like the E here, and then the N here. Problem is, what goes here? I should just do a refiller. Can I get an N at the end or something? Or maybe like. Or do I want to try to end in E? I'm going to do renegade. Oh, it's renegade. It's not as nice because it doesn't find the I. Pin. I think it's renegade like that. At least it tests doubly. It tests doubly in the same spot, which is annoying. I'm just gonna guess it anyway. All right, so it is RE. There's a G somewhere. Is it an ing word? I didn't try ing. I always try ing. I tried ist. Oh, if I just filled ing, would I have thought of raining? I don't know. Maybe. I probably would have looked at ig and ing and gone nope, but maybe I would have seen it. Oh well, that was a forced error on my part. What do we want to do? What do we want to repeat here? Trough. All right, there is a T. It doesn't repeat. So wait, what's this doing? I don't think the R repeats. Could it be? I'm gonna guess Esther. All right, it's not the E that repeats. This is a T. Could the R repeat? I think it's gotta, right? Retry? Okay. Nope. Whoa, not retry. TR. Oh, it's supposed to be, there's supposed to be an O, and I completely didn't, I just forgot about the O. From a second guess on, I forgot about the O. Oh well, retro. That's not easy to think of. Let's do Symble. Always start with Blaze. All gray, so we'll move on to Toxin. Whoa. I don't think green is green, because then we'd have to do OXI again. I mean, it might be, but those being yellow would mean we could do like INT. Pint, wind. Or we could do INO or something. Dino. Or we could do ITO. Or we could do ION. What is this? NTO? Unto? NOT? TON. Stony. Okay, it does end in Y. NITY? No. INTY? What does this? Is like pinty a word? No. INTY makes the most sense to me. But there isn't a word. Dinty, minty. No, it's not. Okay, it does end in TY. NITY? Unity. It's like, what would be unity? Unity. Ooh, that's a fun word. Okay. And our last game is Blind Fusele. For our first guess, we're not allowed to guess CDEMOY. So we can't guess minty. So we're going to guess straw. Why not? Oh, wow, there's a W. Okay. WRA? Wrath? No. We're going to get a lie. What do we want to do? Like brawl? Let's do crawl. There we go. I think that's good. All right, so our lie is the W, so there's no C or L, and the R and A do not go there. So would it be like AR, like war? I have to repeat a letter in this twist. How can I repeat a letter? I'd love to test this WAR if I can, but worry isn't a word. What if I just do something else here, like carry? Just ignore the W. I don't think, because I don't think the answer is gonna have a double in it. All right, so that is an A. The R. Oh, I shouldn't have tried the R there. Well, we know there's not two R's, and it either ends in R or the R is here. Oh, it could be an ER word. Is there one of these? Or is it WA? Not water. Waiter. Oops. Okay, so we don't know whether these are green or yellow. This twist is going to hide whether this is green again. We just got to come up with something. Wainer? No. Wafer? Okay. Well, we got to try again. Waver. All right, well, there better be only one more of these. Wager. Got it. Okay. Wow, that was trappy. And it kept getting in the way of being able to figure that out. Carry was a mistake, but it got me there. I probably could have done something better. Especially if I was going to do a filler, right? Maybe I should have just gotten all new letters, maybe. All right, anyway. That is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I know a lot of you look forward to it each week. Wish I had time to do it every day, but it's a long video and it's a tough edit. Anyway, let me know how you did, and if you enjoyed this, why don't leave a like, subscribe, and a kind comment below.